Shanghai, China's sensational premier financial hub. Travelers are astounded by the sheer scale of this ultra-advanced economic powerhouse. Its futuristic skyline stands in dramatic contrast to the historic colonial charm of the French concession just across the river, while short side trips take you back in time to explore ancient historic treasures. Join us as we count down the top 5 exciting things to see in amazing Shanghai. Perched on China's Pacific coast, right where the mighty Yangtze River meets the sea, Shanghai's name literally translates to "on the sea." It's a hyper-bustling megacity of 28 million people, including a thriving expat community of over 200,000 foreigners. They flock here for the world-class infrastructure, seamless transportation networks, premium amenities, and cutting-edge international lifestyle. In fact, expats consistently vote Shanghai as the absolute best place to live and work in China, with most working in the booming tech and finance sectors. Best of all, it's incredibly safe. If you're planning an adventure here, you'll need to know the absolute best spots to hit. So stick around until the end, because we'll share this episode's essential China travel tip that will guarantee your trip goes perfectly smoothly. Let's dive in with number 5. As the morning sun breaks over Shanghai, locals gather along the water for a peaceful session of Tai Chi. They're standing on our number 5 must-see location, or more accurately, the ultimate must-stroll scenic boulevard, the Bund. Spanning 1.5 kilometers right through the heart of the city, this waterfront promenade hugs the Huangpu River and is a non-negotiable first stop for any traveler. Taking a leisurely walk here gives you a front row seat to the jaw-dropping views of the Pudong financial district right across the river. China boasts the world's second largest economy, and this exact hub is where billions of dollars are traded daily. Look across the river and you're staring at the massive Shanghai Stock Exchange and luxury high-rises built exclusively for the ultra-wealthy. If you fancy buying a luxury apartment over there, be ready to part with $6 to $9 million US, with rent alone costing up to $17,000 a month. As the saying goes, all you need is money. This is Manhattan's iconic peninsula waterfront on the Hudson and East Rivers. And this is Pudong. Similar with appearance by the river, this is Shanghai's architectural and financial answer to New York. One of the most defining landmarks here is the Oriental Pearl Tower. You might recognize its futuristic silhouette from a Mission Impossible movie. Its unique design features 11 distinct spheres or pearls, and boasts a glass floor viewing deck and a revolving restaurant. But as massive as this 468-meter tower is, it looks completely dwarfed by what's coming next. Number 4 takes us straight into the clouds with Shanghai's 3 highest observation platforms. Standing shoulder to shoulder, these 3 colossal towers dominate the skyline, and each offers its own mind-blowing observation deck. First, there's the Shanghai World Financial Center, famously nicknamed the Bottle Opener because of its unique geometric cutout. Right next to it stands the undisputed king of the skyline, the Shanghai Tower. As the 3rd tallest skyscraper on Earth, it reaches a staggering 632 meters, that's over 2,000 feet high, with 228 floors. To get to the top, you'll step into the world's fastest elevators, rocketing up to the 118th floor at a dizzying 74 kilometers per hour in just 55 seconds flat. Hold on to your breakfast. But while its viewing platform isn't quite as high, the 420-meter Zhenmao Tower is arguably the most fascinating to explore. Its design takes direct inspiration from traditional Chinese pagodas, masterfully blending classic culture with modern economic strength. In Chinese, Zhenmao literally translates to gold luxuriance building, symbolizing wealth and prosperity. Architects intentionally went all in on the Chinese lucky number 8. The building features 88 levels, is built on an octagonal base with 8 sides and is divided into 8 structural sections. And fittingly enough, it reigned as China's tallest building for almost 8 years. Check out this infinite view looking out across the endless skyscape from the 88th floor. And now look down. That's a dizzying 31-story hotel atrium right inside the core of the tower. It's an absolute architectural masterpiece. But to see the ultimate contrast to this futuristic world, we have to cross back over the river. Number 3. The former French Concession. This neighborhood serves as the ultimate juxtaposition to the sci-fi skyscrapers of Pudong. Walking through here feels like stepping straight into a time machine back in the 1930s, an era when Shanghai was widely celebrated as the Paris of the East. It owes this title to its gorgeous, romantic, tree-lined avenues and European-inspired architecture. In fact, this area holds one of the most dense concentrations of Art Deco architecture in the world, mixed with beautiful Spanish-style villas. At the center of this vibe is Xintiandi, a premier lifestyle precinct. The name beautifully translates to New Heaven and Earth, honoring how these historic residential lanes were preserved and transformed into a trendy, high-end cultural hub. It's the ultimate spot to unwind, famous for its chic cafe culture and premium coffee shops. Foodies will find an endless array of global flavors here, ranging from authentic steaming Chinese dumplings bursting with savory flavors, all the way to artisanal Italian wood-fired pizza. Unsurprisingly, this upscale neighborhood transforms into a roaring fashionable night spot after dark. But there's deep history behind the style. The French Concession was established back in 1849 following the Opium Wars and was governed entirely by France for nearly a century. It functioned as a literal state within a state where local Chinese laws didn't even apply. Though it's officially the former French Concession, most locals and expats will affectionately refer to it simply as the French Concession. It's a fashionable, historic, and perfect spot to dine. Lunch, anyone? Coming in at number 2, Shanghai by night. When the sun dips below the horizon, the city sheds its daytime skin and explodes into a vibrant electric playground of entertainment and world-class dining. Your first evening activity? Booking a ticket to a legendary Chinese acrobatic show. China is world-renowned for these jaw-dropping, seemingly impossible human feats. Some performances flow with graceful, fluid perfection, while others completely defy the limits of human anatomy. You'll find yourself staring in utter disbelief, wondering if your eyes are playing tricks on you during these gravity-defying crowd pleasers. Just definitely don't try this at home. After the show, it's time for an absolute rite of passage, a night cruise down the Huangpu River. Much like visiting Paris, the secret strategy here is to view the river by day first, and you'll absolutely be impressed. But when you return to see those exact same monuments illuminated at night, it will completely blow your mind. The futuristic structures are bathed in a brilliant fairyland-like display of millions of LED lights. The Oriental Pearl glows in a vibrant neon. The bottle opener pierces the dark sky. And the mighty Shanghai Tower stands as the illuminated king of the horizon. Visually, Shanghai completely lives up to its reputation as the ultimate city of the future. Across the water, hordes of tourists and locals line the Bund to take in the magical light show, while the historic French Concession glows in a floodlit, timeless splendor behind them. And finally, taking the crown at number 1, Epic Excursions. One of the absolute best parts of visiting Shanghai is tapping into China's legendary high-speed rail network. Step aboard a bullet train, rocket across the countryside at a blistering 300 kilometers per hour, and within minutes you'll unlock inspiring historic centers overflowing with ancient tradition and rich culture. Our first stop is the breathtaking city of Suzhou, located just a brief 30 to 40 minute train ride from downtown Shanghai. Suzhou is famous for its ancient premium silk production. If you go shopping here for exquisite silk scarves, clothing or bedding, you'll definitely encounter enthusiastic vendors claiming they supply luxury fashion houses like Christian Dior and Fendi. While independent fashion experts have refuted those claims, the silk itself genuinely is of an incredible high luxurious quality. If you don't care about the designer labels, you can score an absolute luxury bargain here. Next, we step into the legendary Lingering Gardens, a masterpiece in Chinese history and landscape architecture. Dating all the way back to 1593 during the Ming Dynasty, this former private officials' retreat is now a protected UNESCO World Heritage Site and ranks as one of the top 4 classical gardens in all of China. It's globally celebrated for its exquisite Qing Dynasty architecture, brilliant spatial design, and magnificent rock formations. Spanning a peaceful 5 acres, the site features mystical stone grottos and mirror-like ponds. It perfectly embodies the traditional Chinese philosophy of creating nature within a city. The name says it all. The Lingering Garden means a place where you simply want to linger and stay because it's too beautiful to leave. Here's a pro tip. Get here right at opening time to beat the tourist crowds and experience true, uninterrupted peace with nature. Suzhou's stunning interconnected waterways cover a massive 42% of the city, earning it the iconic title, the Venice of the East. For over 2,500 years, these canals served as a vital lifeline for trade, transport and culture. Taking a scenic boat ride here guides you past centuries-old neighborhoods lining 96 kilometers of urban waterways. But the Grand Canal itself is a staggering 1,200 miles long, stretching all the way from Beijing to Hangzhou, making it the longest man-made waterway on the planet. Watching daily life unfold from the water is the perfect way to begin your evenings in Suzhou. As night falls, the canal banks light up with traditional glowing lanterns, and ancient stone footbridges cast perfect reflections on the water. You'll see locals of all ages dressed in stunning traditional clothing, taking photos against these timeless historical backdrops. The shores are packed with boutique shops and incredible eateries. You can sample local street food favorites like crisp fruit skewers coated with crunchy hard candy, or steaming hot dumplings. But the true star of the culinary show is Suzhou's famous signature dish, squirrel mandarin fish. The fish is meticulously scored and deep fried so that the flesh fans out to perfectly resemble a fluffy squirrel's tail. It's crispy on the outside, incredibly tender on the inside, and smothered in a sweet and sour sauce that will leave you begging for seconds. If you want to eat your way through China, Suzhou will absolutely not disappoint. And don't worry about the language barrier. With the Google Translate app, you can scan and read authentic Chinese menus seamlessly. From Suzhou, we hop back onto the bullet train and head to our second epic excursion. Hangzhou, reachable from Shanghai in just under an hour on express routes. Once described by the legendary explorer Marco Polo as the most beautiful and magnificent city in the world, Hangzhou is universally famous for its lush, endless green tea plantations. In Chinese culture, tea is far more than just a quick beverage. It's a daily ritual of renewal, a form of liquid zen that perfectly balances your body's energy with every single sip. This region is where you get the ultimate premium real leaf deal. Not only is it an elegant way to naturally boost your energy and fat-burning levels, it's also packed with powerful antioxidants that protect the heart and brain. It's literally nature's legacy of longevity in a single cup. The crown jewel of Hangzhou is undoubtedly West Lake, a breathtaking UNESCO World Heritage Site. For centuries, this lake served as the spiritual and creative home of China's greatest intellectuals, poets, and visual artists. Its brilliant design layout heavily influenced royal garden architecture across China and even Japan and Korea for generations. The entire area represents a flawless fusion of nature and man-made structures, where artificial islands and elegant causeways work to harmony with the environment. The lake is surrounded by ancient historic pagodas steeped in Buddhist culture. Most famously, the Leifang Pagoda is home to the timeless legend of the White Snake. Myth says a powerful snake spirit named Baisujin transformed herself into a beautiful woman because she fell deeply in love with a mortal man. An evil monk imprisoned her beneath the pagoda to tear them apart, but after many years of struggle, she was finally reunited with her family. Love was triumphant. Today, you'll find locals and tourists soaking in the pleasant magical surroundings, practicing Tai Chi, or swinging to synchronized park dances along the water's edge. As darkness falls, Hangzhou's ancient legends come to life in a massive way at the Songchang Park. This immersive theme park flawlessly mimics the architecture and bustling atmosphere of the historic Southern Song dynasty. And the theatrical shows here? They are absolutely world-class. If you think the theatrical productions of New York's Broadway or London's West End are impressive, wait till you see what Hangzhou has in store. The glittering, high-production show Romance of the Song Dynasty brings the legend of the White Snake to life before your eyes. It also depicts the historic heroic defense of General Yu Fei against invading forces. Utilizing gargantuan LED screens, indoor waterfalls, and larger-than-life stage sets, it delivers a massive wow factor, blending local history with breathtakingly elegant traditional dance. It's an absolute must-watch. Now, as promised, here is this episode's essential China travel tip. When traveling to China, staying connected with friends, family, and even work back home is essential. But you need to know that China doesn't just have a Great Wall made of ancient brick, it also has a digital Great Firewall. To access your standard email, Western social media, and communication apps, you must bypass this barrier using a reliable eSIM and a high-tier VPN. Here's a crucial note. Download and load these onto your phone before you leave your home country. Most international travel eSIMs automatically route your data through a third-party region like Hong Kong or the United States, which naturally circumvents the firewall and grants you unrestricted internet access. Concurrently, the Virtual Private Network, or VPN, encrypts your private data and masks your physical location to keep you connected seamlessly. Furthermore, as we touched on in a previous episode, modern China is almost entirely a cashless society. Cash and physical credit cards are rarely accepted. Instead, everyone pays via smartphone apps like Alipay or WeChat Pay. You must download these apps and link your international credit card or Wise account to them before crossing the border into China. When buying anything, the vendor will scan a unique QR code on your app, or you'll scan their QR code at the counter. Now, here's the catch. For these payment apps to load and process, your phone must have continuous, rock-solid mobile data at point of sale. This is exactly why an eSIM with built-in VPN capability is a total lifesaver, saving you the hassle of managing two separate apps. Always read the user reviews to ensure your provider offers reliable coverage outside of the primary megacities. On our expedition, we used Holofly because their network stayed incredibly strong even when we ventured into some of the most remote rural parts of China. We've dropped you a direct link to their site in the description box below to make things easy for you. From the sci-fi skyline lining the morning stroll along the historic Bund, to the dizzying heights of viewing decks that literally touch the clouds, to the elegant European charm of the French concession, and that dazzling cruise of LED lights down the river at night, Shanghai is a city that constantly surprises you at every turn. And yet, its majestic ancient past remains perfectly preserved, just a short bullet train ride away in the historic, culture-rich towns of Suzhou and Hangzhou. Shanghai isn't just a destination, it's an eclectic, fascinating blend of an ultra-modern society balanced with beautifully deep historic ancient legend. When you visit for yourself, you'll quickly agree it's an absolute treasure of the world. Thanks for exploring with us. Please remember to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more ultimate travel guides, and drop a comment below letting us know which of these spots is going straight to the top of your bucket list. Until next time, pack your bags. The world is just waiting for you to explore it.